Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from MouseSteps.com.
And this is episode number 187.
187.
Of MouseSteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
All kinds of good merchandise for sale.
Hundreds of items just on eBay and plus thousands in the store.
And if you mention MouseSteps online or in person, you get 10% off your entire purchase. Yes.
Always like that discount.
And also, Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency.
They have attraction tickets discounted to Walt Disney World and Universal and SeaWorld and all kinds of other great places.
Sounds great. Check them out. Now we're going to start the show with Disney's Animal Kingdom, all kinds of nighttime activities, but we're going to start off during the day.
Well, we went to Tiffins. That is the new restaurant, the new signature dining location
There it is.
At Disney's Animal Kingdom. Right here you see above the Tiffin sign, if you've ever seen the movie The Lunchbox, so those are actually Tiffin containers, and Tiffins actually means midday lunch, and especially in like India, that would be something that, you know, you get those containers for your meals.
That is very interesting. I have seen that movie.
It was a very good movie.
I suspect, though, the food here at this Tiffin's might be of a higher caliber than is delivered to those people.
I bet some of them get really, really good food there. You know, homemade food.
We recommend that movie. By the way,
Excellent.
It's a very good movie.
And so we're going to look at, there's 3 galleries. They're actually like dining rooms. This is the Safari Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
There's, let's see, 252 seats in this restaurant, and they're spread out among these dining rooms.
They're very interesting. Each one has its own character. Of course, we asked to eat in the Grand Gallery. We'll get to that later. But all the galleries are nice. If you have a specific one you want to dine in, though, it may take a little longer, they say. Up to a half hour longer for the Grand Gallery.
This one reminds me of Asia, the Maharaja Jungle Trek, and it actually does mention that. We asked for the Grand Gallery. We were told by a friend that they preferred that, but all of the dining rooms are really nice. Like it's not like going to the Skipper's Canteen where maybe you don't want to be in the mess hall. Like all 3 of these are highly detailed dining rooms, and the Grand Gallery is much larger, but the others are very cozy.
You could eat right under the Yeti.
You could.
That would be very interesting right there.
And the other, just a second ago, we saw a prayer flag. I don't know what everything is. There's so much to look at here, and I'm just finishing up an article, and there's so much to read and so much to see that if this if all 3 dining rooms were empty and all you did was want to go read everything, it would take forever.
And that's very true. They really are like art galleries. Mm-hmm. But anyway, let's talk about the important thing, the dining package that we did.
And the dining package was with, for the Jungle Book, Alive with Magic. It will eventually be Rivers of Light. Mm-hmm. Both Tusker House and Tiffins have dining packages. It's more expensive here because it's a signature location. It's $67 for adults and $32 for children. And just my entree was $53. So
you can come out ahead depending on what you order. You can absolutely come out ahead.
And really, I mean, if you're going to get the $53 item, you might as well just get the package.
And we should mention what the package includes exactly.
Well, it includes an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, and a non-alcoholic drink.
And also, tax and gratuity are additional.
Yes, so the $67 plus tax and gratuity on that.
And so far, there's no discount, so the only real way to save it all, I think, is to do the dining package.
Absolutely. Unless you're getting one of the lower priced items.
Correct. Anyway, now we're looking at the Grand Gallery. This is where we dined, and all these beautiful animal lantern designs here, that will have more meaning once the Rivers of Light opens with the lantern floats.
Yes, and there are some totem poles. We had been told they were from Camp Mini Mickey at one point, but they actually were closer to Pete Safari. A friend of mine found that out.
Well, we're looking at the totems now. They're very, very beautiful, very well done. I'm surprised we never really noticed them in the past.
Well, I think they were out years ago, and I probably noticed them at that time, but they've probably been gone for a while. And certainly out of the elements, they should last a lot longer. And I talked about these a little bit more in the article that I'm posting tonight.
And we're going to link to that. So do you like this room the best?
No, I like all of the rooms. Each room is different. This one is a larger room. I like the intimacy of the other rooms, so I don't like any of them the best.
Okay, so whatever you get as far as you're concerned.
Any of these rooms to me are almost equal. This is a beautiful room, but it's, again, Skipper's Canteen, to me, there were best rooms, where here I don't feel that.
Now, I don't know if you noticed these nice masks here, but these were also in the Grand Gallery over in the corner. I thought they were very cool. Reminded me of the mask room at the Adventurers Club.
Yep. I thought so too.
Especially this one. This one down here, absolutely from the Joe Rohde collection. I don't know if these are from the Joe Rohde collection. But...
Yeah, we don't. Well, Joe Rohde probably has his own collection, and you know.
So now we're going to take a look at the menu. Nice leather menu. Presentation is a very, very well done here.
Yes, and okay, this is an adventurous restaurant. There is very little on this menu for me, but I was able to find something off of each. Like there's 9 entrees, and there were 2 that I thought I could eat.
Octopus.
No, that's
no
not.
Octopus.
That's appetizer. That's appetizers. Also, with appetizers, there were 2 I thought I might be able to eat. So, you know, 2 out of 9 is okay. You know, at least it's something.
Well, I think it's interesting. You're listening to a picky eater and a more adventurous eater, and we'll see what we chose as we go along with the show. Here's the very first item I had, though, the Kungaloosh Spiced Excursion Ale. I loved it. As a matter of fact, I kept telling you that I'm going to go back and get another one next door, and I never did. I got a different drink because I wanted to try other things, but I will absolutely have the Kungaloosh beer. It is a great beer.
Well, from what I understand, that Kungaloosh beer is only served here and also at the tap room of the company that makes it. I had a sangria. Don't know how to say the name of the sangria. Don't know how to say the ingredients of the sangria.
Well, there are multiple types of sangria. You can get it with red or white.
Well, I had a rosé, and then there was a white one. I liked both of them.
Pomegranate bread
Focaccia.
service.
This, you know, I ate it, but it wasn't my favorite. I like more of a regular bread. I'm not as big a pomegranate fan, but I still ate a couple pieces.
I thought the bread was just okay. Now the marinated grilled octopus, I had never had octopus before, and I was trying to be adventurous because we were in an adventurous type place. Fantastic, tender, just wonderful. I loved the octopus. I would have that again. Not at all like calamari.
I didn't try it. And this is the black-eyed pea fritters. I wasn't sure what a black-eyed pea was. I just knew it was either this or there was a bread service, and we were already getting bread. So I tried these because I like fritters, you know, other kinds of fritters. And this was actually, they're crispy and light and really good, and not really for overly adventurous people like I am not. So I thought this was a nice offering.
So you did like them?
Yeah, I don't know if it was worth $11, but it was part of the package.
Pan-seared duck breast. Okay, I had the very best duck in my life, and that was in Paris when we ate on the street. But that said, this was probably the second best duck I've ever had.
We
Again,
didn't eat in
juicy,
the street. We ate in the restaurant.
Well, it was a restaurant that was on a street corner.
Yes,
I thought it was very wonderful.
We didn't eat
Eiffel Tower was right there.
In the street.
Not in the street. That would be very bad.
Or on the street. You ate in the restaurant.
This was great. I would have that again. Absolutely very good. I'm glad I chose that over your steak, which was also good, but I preferred my duck.
And I had the strip loin and a beef short rib. Mm-hmm. And I don't actually usually like beef short rib. I also asked for this instead of medium rare to be medium. It's still a little medium rare for me. I used to eat beef pretty well done. This was a little bit rare for me, but it was actually excellent. Like, the meat was really good. I don't know if it was worth $53, but it was worth being on a package plan for $67 when we're trying it with the show. That
is a large portion, though.
That was a big portion.
All right, next up, another drink, the Night Monkey.
And I wrote down what's supposed to be in this. I don't know what any of it is. Bacardi Gran Reserva, Maestro, rum, and guava puree. I think I can get the guava puree, coffee simple syrup, lime juice.
And you had little coffee sprinkles on the top, too. It was more of a dessert type of a cocktail. I liked it. I thought it had a real kick, good flavor, and it went well with this, my very refreshing...
Calamansi mousse. I think that's how you would say it. And I guess...
But it's mango. It's more of a mango mousse.
Well, there's mango, I believe, is inside, and the calamansi, I guess, is a citrus fruit on its own, is what I researched. So I don't know that much about it. I don't remember tasting it even, because I had just had this really thick chocolate, and that sort of overpowered
I do remember it. It was quite good. It was very refreshing, light. I thought it was a good dessert. This was a heavier dessert. It doesn't look heavy, but it really was with the dark chocolate. But that was also tremendous.
Well, when they brought it looked like a small portion, but it's not, because those little pieces are very thick of the chocolate ganache. and really tasty. So I would definitely, that would be another one I would get again.
And it went well with the upcoming coffee, the pressed pot coffee.
Right, which you ordered separately.
I ordered separately, and there it is, nice presentation. You know, who knew when you were ordering a after-dinner coffee, you'd get this nice Indonesian pressed pot job there, which was very good.
The press pot job. Well, they also have, I believe, Ethiopian, and I think these come from Joffrey's, is what
They
I
do,
read online.
absolutely do come from Joffrey's. Yeah.
So, but you liked it.
I did. I
You
really
can't-
liked it.
I know. I don't even drink coffee, and I know you can't beat a press pot of coffee.
And you can't beat a free Joe Rohde, well, not free, included, very expensively included Joe Rohde artwork there, a warthog. And there's the tickets to the Jungle Book Alive with Magic. That was the first ever official show on May 28th.
We had seen it the day before as a soft opening. And I also want to mention, I believe the Joe Rohde prints will change like week to week is what I heard. But we'll see what happens in the future. And speaking of Joe Rohde, we have the Pandora signage out here.
Pandora, the World of Avatar, coming soon to an animal kingdom near
2017, supposedly.
I can't wait. I'm not a huge Avatar fan of the movie, but I think all this stuff looks tremendous. And I learned bioluminescent just from covering all this stuff.
Right? I didn't know what that was before.
There it is right there, bioluminescence.
I still don't know what it is. I just know it's like lighted
glowing
at night.
stuff.
Yeah.
I predict lots of blue sails of lighted materials, bioluminescent for that matter. And also remember, we learned this at the expo, the ACE, Alpha Centauri Expeditions. Remember that?
No,
you don't remember?
I remember it, but I don't know what it is. So, I don't know what any of this is. We need to watch
Avatar.
I don't want to watch it.
You need to.
We've already watched it. We saw it in the theater.
10 years ago, 100 years ago.
It was like 5 years ago. I don't want to see it again. Like, I don't need to see the coming ones.
You need to. You need to be a professional and see it and like it.
Okay, Jungle Book Alive with Magic. This is a dining package entrance. We were there the day before and did the Fast Pass entrance. Either way, they say 15 to 30 minutes. Don't believe it.
Yeah.
Get there
early
at
as
least
possible.
Maybe an hour ahead of time so you can have your pick of seats. Even 90 minutes is okay.
This is the dining package area. Now I chose to sit in the last row. What I like about this is they don't tell you where to sit. If you do the Fast Pass, they will put you in exactly the seat that they want you to sit in. Here you can sort of choose.
At least for now. At least when we went. Now, this is what the crowd looked like 45 to 50 minutes before the show. So it wasn't too bad, but it's still 15 to 30 minutes. At 15 minutes, you're getting whatever is left.
Very true. Now that we've seen it from both locations, I could say for me personally, I prefer it over here. I think this is the better location, again, for me, this dining package area.
Well, we were standing at this point. So when you were taking this video, you were in a standing position.
That's why I chose the last row, knowing nobody would be behind it.
We could see the water screens better. I could not see the performers as well. I did stand, so I was able to see them, but it's,
There's the mist screens right now. And another thing about this night, which I preferred, is the mist screens worked a lot better. There's an issue with the mist screens, unlike the Phantasmic and other mist screens, World of Color. If there's any kind of wind, you get this little area in the middle that goes away. So if there's wind, you can't see these images. Now, luckily, it was not windy at all during this show, and this was the best I think I've seen of the mist screens. And the mist screens are really cool when they work.
Right, and I mean, you can't always tell what's on them. And during the show, there were times where you, like right now, it wasn't always clear even during this show, and it was a very stable evening. Mm-hmm. But it was certainly much better than it had been like the previous night.
I didn't even know this was happening the previous night.
You know what? The barges were blocking a lot of this for me, but I heard from others who were at the show that they didn't really see anything on the screens because you had this big open gap. So definitely this was a better day.
And I'm able to really follow, I mean, we love the movie. The Jungle Book movie is a great film, and you can really follow the storyline better, but not to take anything away from the entertainers. I mean, all the entertainers were great too. It's just, for me, there was just something, I don't know what it was, but there was something lacking about it. It wasn't a spectacular, it wasn't a bad show, but I don't know if it was like an Illuminations or something.
It isn't.
Right.
And it's a placeholder until Rivers of Light, and hopefully Rivers of Light will be that spectacular. This was put together in supposedly just over a month. I think some of the barges are from Disneyland.
Absolutely, yeah, the fire barges, and we're going to see those guys soon too.
I do think they should have had some characters. If you've ever seen Animagique at Paris, I think that would have been really cool, seeing the blacklit Baloo and King Louis. I think having some characters would have helped for interest for some of the guests.
And I absolutely agree with that. But, if you've read all the Disney materials, they want to keep these things very serious. They don't want to deal with the characters.
I think
the public would love them. I would love them.
But I don't know that everybody
you're seeing
needs
characters
them.
there. There's Baloo. There's Mowgli.
I think that it would be cool if they were in the show. But also, I will give it to Disney. This is all a live show. You have live singing. You have live, all the live performers and musicians.
Not to mention the fire twirlers, too. We'll see them soon.
Right. And what Disney says is they're Indian-style, pop-style arrangements of Trust in Me, Bare Necessities, and I Want to Be Like You. And so that's what you get to hear, are those songs.
And you get to see King Louis there.
Yes. More cowbell.
More cowbell is right. And you do hear the cowbell. No, I don't think
No, not really. I don't think so. And Disney says about the show that it's an Indian celebration of survival, courage, and friendship.
And fire.
No, they don't. They didn't say that. But you do see the fire. You have the fire twirlers, fire twirlers like at Disney's Polynesian Resort.
I know I keep bringing it up. This was my favorite part, though. I thought this was really cool. Just like in the Lion King show, they have it over here in Animal Kingdom. I always like the fire twirler the best. I don't know why. I just enjoy that.
Well, I'm pretty amazed that they can be on that fast-moving barge. I mean, they are moving, and they're still twirling, though, so I hope they get extra pay for that.
Do you think there are fire ladies, too?
I think there must be. I bet there are.
So this is the finale. All the performers are saying their goodbyes. The performers that were on the outer barges get in little boats, and they head away.
And this is the easiest time to take a photo because everything turns bright.
Very bright, that's true. And now with a puff of fireworks, which we're about to see, the show ends.
Well, you can also, there it goes. And also, you can see how the screen there, you can kind of see Mowgli.
In that shot, you can see it kind of...
and again, still better than I think the previous night. And then everybody leaves. This is about a 25-minute show.
Yes, exactly 25 minutes. And again, not a bad show for a placeholder, but I really can't wait for Rivers of Light when that starts.
And hopefully that will be fall, yes. But it could be like next fall.
Could be anytime.
You never know when it will start.
Now, also, to continue the nighttime festivities, you also have dance parties. This is the first dance party we're going to look at.
On Discovery Island.
That's right, the Discovery Island dance party. And you can remember seeing these guys. They used to be in the parade, the stilt walkers there.
I totally forgot about it. It's been a while. I mean, a couple of years now since the last parade?
Oh, yeah. Well, these are very lively affairs. We've seen these type of nighttime parties before, especially this one. They had a special one on the Harambe one, yeah. They had one with a DJ on New Year's Eve, so not new, but still obviously popular with the younger set, as you can see here, playing the Limbo.
Well, I enjoyed New Year's Eve here very much, and it will be much busier, I think, this New Year's Eve.
So now we're going to check out the Kilimanjaro nighttime safaris. And I can tell you, if you like darkness, it does deliver on that.
I'm going to let you know ahead of time. It took us 30 to 35 minutes to go all the way through.
Longer than the show, actually.
Yes, longer than
More
the show.
More bang for your buck.
The trucks go very slowly. And so, I saw a lot of stars.
Lots of stars.
I didn't
And
see
I'm not talking movie stars either.
The thing is, we've talked to some guests who have seen many animals. We didn't see a lot of animals. We saw a lot of stars, and we saw trees, and we saw the water.
If you like darkness and you don't want to see animals, this is the ride for you. Well, it delivers on that promise.
For us, it delivered on that promise. Although, again, we've talked to people who have seen animals on the safari at night. And when there aren't very many animals, 30 to 35 minutes is a very long time to be on the truck.
Well, here you go.
We did see the dogs.
We saw the wild dogs.
The wild dogs were there.
Which the wild dogs, much more lively at night than they ever have been during the day. So that was really the first animals we saw.
They were the only ones that were lively, I think.
No. There's one other.
The giraffe was waiting to go back.
You're going to see the back end of a rhino at some point, too.
I will say, that we've been told sunset, go during sunset. This is
the eternal sunset.
Right.
We're not talking about that one.
No.
I
just mean go, maybe right before dark. It might be a little bit better than going. We went at the very end of the night. I think the animals wanted to go. They were done.
Yeah, we were on the last ride of the night.
Yes.
I mean, when the ride was over, the park was closed.
So I wouldn't go on the last ride of the night, because the animals might not want to be there anymore. They might want to go back to their enclosures.
Yes. Well, there. I think you might see a few other animals off in the distance.
It's very hard for me at night to see much of anything anyway. So just expect that if you're going on a night safari, you may not see like tons of animals, but you might. So there's just no way to know. But it probably will still take you maybe a half hour to see whatever you're seeing.
What I found odd is they had these animal noises that seemed to be
like
from
a tiger.
Speakers, like not real animal noises.
Yes, there were. Like we're out. Let's say we're near the Incl cattle or something, and all of a sudden you heard roar.
It was very odd and out of place.
That was pretty funny.
That was funny. This would work around Halloween. If you did some Halloween, it could be the spooky Halloween safari.
Like on
black light involved.
Like from Fort Wilderness, you could put what's his face, the guy, the one who rides in the night.
Oh, the headless horse.
Yes.
Oh, yes. That's a wonderful idea. You can have the headless horseman come out and menace you while you're in the car. See, now that would be a night safari I would sign up for. Absolutely. Oh, we're going to see the poacher's camp there. That would be the poacher's camp. And up ahead, I think you will, my promised backside of Rhino is indeed coming. You do take some alternate routes, by the way. We should also mention that. You go certain areas that you never will do during the day.
And you know what? I actually didn't realize that we were supposedly we changed direction at some point. I did not know that. So there we. Yes.
That says it all for our experience on the nighttime safari. But again, we'll have to do it again. Well, that I don't know. The end. It was.
Oh,
the end.
Okay. That's the end of the. Is that the end of?
It's just
our
about
segment?
the end. Yes.
Okay. Good. I don't want to. We just didn't see hardly anything. So
do you think we should go again? Are you willing to take the chance again?
No, I don't want to go again.
Absolutely not.
If I have nothing to do, I would rather go during the sunset time period or just after that, when the animals might still be out, when I can see something, when the animals are out and about a little bit, and maybe they will do something where they get the animals to move. I don't know if you can do that at night. They're animals.
I don't know. Well, let's end on a high note. We certainly did enjoy the projected awakenings on the Tree of Life.
This is my favorite part of Animal Kingdom at night, better than anything else. Is this. The projections are phenomenal, and it's something that you might want to stand there for a half hour to 45 minutes to see them all.
There's 4 shows total. One is all Disney characters, well, the essence of Disney characters.
Right, like you'll see a deer, but it's not Bambi, but it's supposed to be Bambi, and a rabbit that's supposed to be Thumper probably, but isn't.
How tremendous is that? That is outstanding.
There is no way to show how beautiful this is on video.
Even though this looks great, it does not do justice. Go see it in person. It's worth standing around. There is no set schedule, by the way, so you kind of have to just be lucky, I suppose.
Well, I mean, it's every so often, so maybe...
Well, it's very so often. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 15 or even 20 minutes.
But even as you're waiting, sometimes you'll see an animal kind of awaken from the tree. So it's not just these shows, but sometimes you'll see an animal kind of move like a tiger.
Mm-hmm. Well, now I've kind of morphed into the Disney characters on the tree that we talked about, and now you're looking at the Finding Nemo.
Right, it's kind of odd because at first it's like, oh, okay, this is Finding Nemo, but the thing is, it's sort of like Finding Nemo, but it really isn't, and it's the same with all of the other ones that are similar, but not exactly like the animated versions.
And that is an Avatar little reference there, very brief. I thought that was kind of cool, a precursor for things to come, and of course, I believe this is the Jungle Book.
And I just wish that we could show you exactly how some things do not translate well on video, and this is one of them because it is so outstanding, so beautiful, so clear. There's that's supposed to be Ka.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just stunning. I mean, this is for what the safari wasn't. I got here and it's like this is what everybody has to see.
So probably the best order to do these things would be start with the safari.
I would do it earlier, yes.
Start with the safari
Yes.
and then see one of the Jungle Book shows, and then maybe go to the dance party, walk around, try some of the food, and then finish the night. But there's limited nighttime right now.
Those few hours go so quickly, and especially we mentioned like if you waited a half hour for the safari, if you didn't have a fast pass, and then we're on it for a half hour, you're already at hour. You could be at 2 hours in the Jungle Book theater. There's not a lot of time sometimes for like here. We barely had time to see it at the end of the first night of the soft opening night.
Right.
So,
you actually gave up because you were on your feet too long.
No, that was on the regular night. Like
The second night.
Yes. And and also by about 11:20 all of the shows stop on the tree. So the nighttime goes very quickly. It's just too many things, and you might want 2 nights, or you might skip something. It's just not enough time.
Now, we forgot to mention also during this time you can go on Expedition Everest at night, which is always wonderful.
And we didn't even do that.
We've done that before, though.
Right, we've done that before, but we didn't this time because there wasn't any time to do it for us.
So there are other nighttime activities. Now we're going to do a quick move over to Epcot. This was the very last day for Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival. And while we were there, we ran into an old friend. It's Mulan. Mulan has a different outfit. We calculatedly planned it, actually, but we said it differently.
We were the last guests of the day to meet Mulan, and she has a whole new costume. It's a little more ornate, I believe, than the last one.
Well, she said Mushu demanded it.
I don't think-
We're going to link to the
I
video,
don't
and
think
she said Mushu was the real.
demanded it.
Mushu wanted himself to be represented, so that's kind of what happened.
And also, Pocahontas has a new outfit, and I've read that Jasmine might be getting a new costume as well. So they've really been switching out the costumes. I mean, they're not the first to get. I think Cinderella has a new
Right,
costume
yeah.
from a little while ago.
So now we're going to move on to the Norway Pavilion. We're going to get our first look at the Frozen Ever After exterior. The scrim has come down, and this is our first look.
And we're less than 3 weeks away now from the official opening. Hopefully, it would be nice if they soft opened maybe a couple days early.
I believe June 21st would be that actual opening day. We do not have a fast pass. They're all sold out, but I'm sure we'll be there bright and early to
yes.
check it out, unless it opens, as you say, earlier. Here we're going to take a quick look at the former Maelstrom waterfall. They have plugged up the hole.
I don't like that.
That's very disappointing.
Yes, I like the old waterfall. The old waterfall here.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. It was you saw actually into the ride, so I'm sad to see that go away. And here is some of the detail of the outside.
Well, I think the outside looks nice. When we saw the first picture, the yellow really stood out, and it didn't look as good as when you're in person. Everything looks a lot more subtle. So we'll see how it looks. When all the walls come down.
Well, you're now the most important part of all, the gift shop. Here's where the ride dumps out, and they've completely redone the back section of the gift shop for all your Frozen shopping needs.
Well, this used to be where the Helly Hansen, all the Helly Hansen was back here. And a couple days before we showed up, they had closed it up and redone the whole store. And they did add some new decorations in. I don't really remember what was here before.
I think they've done the ceilings too. It's very ornate, and they've put in the chandeliers you can see back there. But I do like that they've kept the rest of the store, including the giant troll and all that, the same as always. That hand cream that you always like to get.
I think it's called Layla.
That is still there. And they have their high-end Frozen merchandise too, if you'd like to get some collectibles, artwork, things like that. So a little of everything.
Well, what I like is that they've kept the front of the store where they're bringing in new Norway World Showcase merchandise that has absolutely nothing to do with Frozen. I like that they're still bringing that in because, I just think that that's very important to honor the culture of Norway and not just Frozen.
Well, it seems that's what the plan is, to honor both.
Well, I hope that will be true, and we'll see, when the attraction opens, how that is. And it will be whatever it is.
So now we're going to move on to the land featuring Sauron, but for a limited time magic only type thing, they're showing the original Sauron ride.
Right, and not the one that's going to be coming up. Is it the 16th? It's going to debut first
17th.
The 17th. It's going to debut first in China.
Correct. Shanghai.
Shanghai. Actually, it already is playing there.
That sure is.
It was officially to debut the 16th, but it's been playing. And here is Sauron, and they have the new theater. They have 3 theaters now.
So one more chance to see the original again. Actually, it's Sauron over California because we have done it, and the pre-show is all saying Sauron over California.
Right, where it used to say Sauron. And I just want to mention they had that new sign out there with a little waterfall. And I
Yeah,
thought
that looked
very
really nice. One thing I should, you can sort of see here from the queue is you cannot see the walls where they used to have that interactive game. No more interactive game that has been
Is that
shut
true?
off. That is very true.
Because we couldn't see over the wall at all, so I didn't know.
I've talked to people that did stand by and the game is not being played at the
I think
moment.
it's better not to have the games because it kind of stalls guests as they're trying to keep going. I think that this area looks so much nicer than it did before.
Well, just like the Toy Story, where they've added a 3rd track, now we have a 3rd theater for Sauron. Hopefully, that'll really help with the lines and the
But
waiting.
it looks like everything was redone. So not only do they have the 3rd theater, but everything seems to be refreshed.
Right, and it'll be a digital projection.
It is now.
It is now.
It
Again,
is now.
and no dust, no anything. It looks gorgeous. You see
Right.
things you don't even know was on it.
Well, it used to look like snowflakes, and different things on the screen, and now the screen looks really good.
So it was kind of a bittersweet day for us because we love the Flower and Garden Festival, and it was the very last day, so we're going to say our goodbyes to the topiary. Hopefully there'll still be a few left next time we get to Epcot, but you just never know.
I think they'll pretty much be gone because we still have a number of days left. I love the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. It's my favorite time of the year at Disney, at Walt Disney World, and I am very, very sad to see it go. Even with 3 months, it's not enough. I wish it was all year round. In a way, otherwise it wouldn't be as special, I guess, if it was all year round.
I love the festival too, although it was starting to look a little overgrown at the
I was
very
just
end.
thinking that, like all of Bambi's legs were in the flowers. It was really funny to look at because some of the topiaries were like sinking into the flowers.
And you know what?
That's another show.
That's another show, thanks to our sponsors, Maple Leaf Tickets and Theme Park Connection, our original sponsor.
And next week we'll have a new sponsor.
That's right. Can't
wait
to talk about that. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.